Sunday, January the 7th, 2018, to you. The 75th Golden Globe Awards just took place. 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, and Lady Bird won as Best Motion Pictures in Drama and Musical or Comedy categories, respectively. There were some interesting winners, such as Mr. Gary Oldman for his role of Winston Churchill in Darkest Hour, and Mrs. Nicole Kidman for her role of Celeste Wright in the TV drama Big Little Lies. However, I would like to focus on the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, HFPA, the organization which conducts the Golden Globe Awards annually. Everybody knows that 2017 was a complicated year for Hollywood due to the many sexual harassment cases disclosed. Precisely, many actresses like Mrs. Meryl Streep, Mrs. Amy Poehler, and Mrs. Laura Dern attended the ceremony at the Beverly Hilton with feminist activists as their dates. What is really interesting is that HFPA members are the same ones who have been covering the wave of sexual misconduct allegations. I would like to know how much HFPA members considered those cases when they were choosing the Golden Globe winners. First thought, HFPA bestowed the Cecil B. DeMille Award to Mrs. Oprah Winfrey. In her acceptance speech, Mrs. Winfrey said, "I want all the girls watching here to know that a new day is on the horizon." Personally, I believe that Mrs. Winfrey did deserve that award. Although I do not know much about her, I have never watched any episode of her show, I deeply respect her as an entertainer and as a leader. Certainly, she's one of the most important figures in American TV. However, I believe she's wrong. Once again, sexual harassment is not about gender, but about power. Finally, I would like to write a few words about Mrs. France Gall, one of the most successful French singers. Mrs. Gall passed away today in Neuilly-sur-Seine at the age of 70. Oddly enough, French pop music has too often been ignored by English-speaking audiences. Accordingly, while she remained unknown in the UK and in America, Mrs. Gall enjoyed a huge popularity in France, especially in the 60s when she was part of the Yeah Yeah Girls with Mrs. Sylvie Vartan and Mrs. Françoise Hardy, among many others. In 1966, France Gall recorded a song called Les Sucettes, Lollipops. That song had been written by the controversial but genius Mr. Serge Gainsbourg as a way to test 18-year-old France Gall's innocence. So his lyric contained a lot of innuendos referring to oral sex. Mrs. Gall did not understand any of those double entendres. Certainly, I do not think that Mr. Gainsbourg's mischief could have been made nowadays. Perhaps Mrs. Winfrey, the new day is now. The world is still on.